Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat so the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shamar, Alatham by Shem Shadow all the sisters. I is from Cape, Minnesota, with the Lashawan Qadash class. All right, we are going to pretty much jump into it. Before we really pretty much do so, let me see here. Okay, once again, Shalom Israel, I is from Cape, Minnesota, with the Friday class language, which is Lashawan Qadash, which stands for Holy Tongue. Okay, which that is your native tongue. The English that we speak in America is not your true language. All right, although you grew up in a family that spoke it or speaks it, whether it's Spanish, whether it's a different, Portuguese, or whether it's a patois, whatever the case may be. But the Lashawan Qadash is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Paleo Hebrew. All right, this is who the class is for. So we are going to go over a few things, pretty much the basics, okay? And also, too, excuse me 1 second, it's loud. All right, so we are going to go over a few things. We are going to go pretty much looking at the basics of, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we are really going to go over a few things. And I'm talking about, the basics of the Lashawan Qadash when it comes to the ancient Hebrew to help you figure out how to make sentences with the Hebrew, how to read it, and also too, pretty much how to break it down. And now I'm going to break all that down for you, and you just apply it into the Hebrew. All right. And once again, even besides Friday class, if you have any questions or concerns, you can always hit us up. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay. And if there's something that you want to bring to class to figure out if the Hebrew is correct, no sweat, bring it in. We'll look at it and we'll go from there. Okay. Otherwise, I advise everybody to go to blueletterbible.com. You can download the app or go to the website. It's blueletterbible.com. Otherwise, the application on your phone, whether you have an iPhone or Android. There's another one. It's called 2-Letter Lookup, which is a good website. And let me show you how it's spelled, like this. twoletterlookup.com. That's another good website that we use for our Hebrew when it comes to correcting and double checking our work. And also too, since this is a class, right, there will be homework in the future. Right now, I'm just giving you the basics because there are newer people who are watching every week. And so this is one of the websites. Otherwise, blueletterbible.com or the application. There's no app for this website, by the way, at least not right now. Okay. So let me erase out the board. All right. Now in English or English class, any class that you had from pre-K, K through 12, just when you first got into school, the classes that you have to have in order to learn language. As far as, if you are in America, you learn English. So you have to have an English class. And knowing the basics of how to spell words, speak it, and let's see, it's one thing. Also, too, the foundation of words and how to use them, the usage of it. Okay, and so that's really the same thing when it comes to any language. And we are going to apply the same thing to, the ancient Hebrew. All right. So everyone has heard of pronouns, past tense, present tense, future tense. We are going to learn all of that. Okay. Now I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fit everything, today, but if not, we can always do a part two. We don't have to rush because we have nothing but time to do this. All right. Nothing but time. Okay. And it's good to take our time to know our language so that way, a year or two from now, it's perfected. All right. It's perfected. You know how to speak fluent ancient Hebrew instead of speaking fluent whatever other language that you were brought up with. Okay. So let me see here. Give me 1 second here. There's something I'm looking for. Bear with me, Baba Kasha. And Baba Kasha means please in Hebrew, by the way. All right. Yeah, give me like 1 minute and I'll get to you guys. Let's see. Okay. All right, 1 second. Okay. So yeah, first things first, let's deal with the pronouns. Okay. So that's what I want to do. Let's stick with the pronouns for right now. Then we're going to move forward to everything else that I just spoke about. All right. Pronouns. All right. So this is pronouns. Okay. And everyone who learned about language, learned how to talk, how to write, all those things, everyone knows what a pronoun is. Now, if you don't sweat. You're still going to learn, okay? Now the pronouns that I'm going to show you are going to be in Hebrew, all right? But this is the fundamental pronouns that's used in pretty much every language, all right? Like there's a guide for every language, and I'm going to give you that for the ancient Hebrew, if you're following me, all right? So first, I want to write it into the Hebrew, and then we're going to break down what it says in Hebrew, and then give you the definition or what it means in English. Oh, sorry. Now, once again, I write backwards because, if I may, I write backwards, because I like to make sure I have the correct space. But usually in Hebrew, you should write, this way, right to left, right to left, right to left. Okay. And right now, once again, this is another week that we are going to focus on just the Paleo, the ancient Hebrew. If you want to write out the Assyrian for your, for you to understand and comprehend it a little bit more, then go ahead and do so. Take all the time that you need to write the Hebrew and the Assyrian if you want to. And just to save us some space as well, I'm going to do the Hebrew and focus more on that. Later, we will get into the Assyrian for different classes. If the words are too small, let me know. And after I get done writing this, I'll give y'all a few minutes to write this on your paper or put it in your phone, whatever. Also, too, if you want the ancient Hebrew on your keyboard on your phone, let me know. And next week I can show you online how to do so, how to put it on your phone, step by step. Now, as I'm writing these out, there might be the cut off on the screen. Don't worry about that. As we get to each word, I'm going to put the camera on each word. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get out the way real quick. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, Constance. Okay, so I pretty much even yeah, I said it before you even Oh, okay. I got you, sis. Let me see something. Let me see. Okay, it's really in your settings. Um, yeah, I'll give you some more information about that. Just bear with me about the show. Otherwise, shalom to everybody else who chimed in, and also too, that was correct. It is Anya. That is correct. Yes. Now, if anybody has paid attention closely, someone in the school has that name, Anya. Anya. Salaki, Anya. I don't want to say Yah because fake Israelites say Yah as in Yahweh, and we don't say it, Anya. Part of my, broken paleo or broken English, I should say. I'm gonna give y'all a second to write these down. Also, too, let me take off the banner real quick. All right, and let me put this down more. We already know it's pronouns, so y'all ain't gotta see that. So, and there's probably two more words at the bottom that you cannot see. No sweat. We'll get to it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No sweat. No sweat. All right. Yep. I'll give y'all a minute. And the best thing about the pronouns right now is that some of these words are pretty short, and they get like three-letter words. Okay. Don't forget that when you see these, right, these are letters. This is the ancient Hebrew letters. This is part of the alphabet. All right, I'll give you another minute or two. All right. Con, sis. I hear you on that one. Although I'm the teacher of the class, sometimes, hey, I may mispronounce some words and stuff like that. But the best thing I do is make sure I catch myself. Otherwise, somebody else catch me. Hey, most time Christ the water. I appreciate it. And also too, very soon, once again, I will be doing a Lashawan Qadash series. So, for example, in the series, you are going to see stuff like this about the basics, the pronouns, the present tense, past tense, future tense, all that. Something, what else is called? Possessive adjectives. You're going to see about words that are masculine and feminine, words that are plural and singular, all those types of things. And the video is going to be, it's not, and the video is not going to be so much like this at all. It's going to be something a little bit different. And I just realized that. It's not going to be like this where I stand in front of a board. It's going to be something different. All right. Give y'all another minute. All right. So let's see here. All right. Uh, all right. So let's get into it. So right here we have, right here we have the A, which is AH, right? But it's connected to the Na, which is NA. So of course, this is connected. Actually, two things drop off. And also, too, the sister, I believe she said it correctly. Let me see. Khan, okay. Khan. Let me see something. All right, somebody's been paying attention. Most time in Christ, okay? Now, all right, I'll show you the incorrect way, but then again, it can be misspelled, right? But if it sounds, I mean, if you're pronouncing it correctly, it's Tawa, right? So some people think it's, so for example, that's a yeah, right? So these two are connected, the and the na, and the yeah is by itself, right? So some people think that it's spelled like this, right? Really, it's not. It's not. Okay. What has to drop off is the H. All right. And I believe I explained how, based on how things are connected or words are formulated, how it looks in the English. But really, the main focus is by you reading this and not writing it out in the English, you should be able to read it and know what it says. So without the English, right? All I know is that it's an an na, so I say an, anaya, but it's connected. So it's anya, anya. All right, anya, anya. Okay. So it's actually going to be Anya, anya. And I've used this word a lot too, by the way. It's for those that watch classes. You of course Lashawan Qadash, Lashawan Qadash for being the main one. Otherwise, every so often I might mention this word in Sabbath service. So Anya. Anya simply means I, which is the very first pronoun that you're going to really learn about in any language. Okay, it's I. All right, or, and I'm going to put this in parentheses, or like I am. That's a pronoun. It's personal. Okay, that's what it is. It's personal as far as its pronoun. It lets you know it's very specific. Okay, and when you use this anya in the sentence, you would know that it's talking about someone. So it's very specific. All right, so anya, I or I am. Okay. Now the next one, you have a th, and a h. The is by itself, which is AH, right? You write it all the way out. AH. Boom. You got the and then you got the th and the h, which are connected. So this is going to be T, H, A, H. A th. And of course, everyone should know what a th is, because when you say the greetings for the brothers or the sisters, you will hear that word. But if you, I mean, like try saying it mentally or out loud to yourself, but say the greeting and the salute slowly, and you will hear the word. All right, and also too, a lot of people don't know exactly what the greeting and salute is actually saying, but it's very simple. All right, so Athah, Ahthah. Athah simply means you. Okay, it means you. So it means you. All right. Now this is another thing. Excuse my red marker. It's not, it's on its last straw. But when it comes to hold on 1 second. So all right, that's what I thought. All right, so when it comes to anya, of course, this is let me see. I should put it right here. It's masculine. M for masculine. The plus sign, of course, is for just something else. F is for feminine. So the anya can be used for a masculine sense or feminine sense. All right, male, female, simple as that. Afta is the same thing. Now, there's no equality with this, but what I'm saying is simply that this word can be used for both, both senses when it comes to you speaking about someone. All right, and hint at the word someone. Someone can be a male or female, a child. You feel me? So masculine, feminine in the sentence or part of the language with the pronoun. All right, so we have the h, the w, and the Okay, get back over here. And now we went over this word last week, so we should know what this word already means. You got the h, which is HA, and we have the WA, WA, and we have the which is AH. So everything is by itself, singular. If it's by itself, it's singular. And and that's common. So something singular is by itself, if it's connected, it's together. So Hawa'a. Okay? What does it mean? He. He as in someone in specific. Let's say he can be me, Maccabia. Maccabia is the he in a sentence. All right. Like for example, when we went over the scriptures, when we was talking about I want to say that was maybe Hosea, which his name in Hebrew means or what it is Hawashai. Not Yahawashai, but Hawashai. Okay? Hawa'a is he, is giving you a direct person that is speaking about versus you. Okay? Which is different. So he, Hawa'a. Now, since that's a he, you know what I want to put? It's going to be M for masculine because it's speaking about a male. Or, yeah, a male. All right? M for masculine because it's for a male. All right. Ha. Yeah, ha. Yeah, it's like ha. Yeah, ah. You got HA. What else is that? All right, 1 second. There we go, 10 times better. These markers, boy, it's crazy. It seems like the cheaper markers are better than the expensive ones. They don't make no goddamn sense. But anyway, it's like that was a little sidebar. All right, so HA, yeah, YA, and then the AH. Now, the difference between these two, one is masculine, the other one is feminine. Just like any language. Okay? Alright. So, what does it mean? It means she. And I have it bold letter it that way for a reason, okay? And then let's see. Yeah, I think the red is on this last few breaths of oxygen. Okay, no sweat. It's on life support at this moment. Moving on. So we have I by itself. We have the na, the k, the na, and the wa. So AH, the na is connected to the k. So this is how it would look. All right. The A's for k is going to be canceled out, eliminated. And then we have the na again. And then we have the wa. Now let me show you something though. Although this is one word, this right here, this right there is a word by itself as well, okay? Or at least it can be, which it is. So, and what does this word mean? The word means we. It means we, as a whole, as a group. All right. Now, you know what? Let me see. Know what? Know what? Let me see. All right. So yeah, know what means our. If you think about it, we, our. It fits into it. So that's what know what means by itself. Our. Like this is our house. This is our car. This is our child. This is our space, our event, something like that. Okay. No what. And also too, I believe in Psalms or no, the Lord's Prayer. Yes, it is the Lord's Prayer. In the Lord's Prayer, we say the first word that you're going to say is Abanawa. Abba, which is AHBA. For example, right here. When we read the Lord's Prayer, right? We're going to say Abba, which means Father, right? Nawa, Nawa is our. So what you're saying is Abanawa, our Father. That's what you're saying, our Father. Now, if you want to say mother, you just put a ma instead of a ba. So you put ma like that. Ama, ama. It's kind of crazy because Black and Hispanics and Native Americans, right, or Native Indians, rather, how we speak, we say ma. We say ma. We say, I mean, some people say mother or Mama Dukes or Mama or Mama, all types of names, right? You know what I mean? But mostly in the hood and in the slums and the ghettos within the Israelites, we always say Ma. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, I know so many brothers and sisters from, New York, New Jersey, and stuff like that, who talk to their parents, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I grew up in a household where my family would talk like that to their mothers and stuff like that. Ma. You know what I mean? Or, hey mom. You feel me? So yeah, I think mother is like, you saying, hey mother. I think it's more probably proper. I mean, if you say it as Israelite, no sweat. I mean, but mainly I would say the devil would say that, but to each his own. So back to the point. Anak nawa. Anak nawa is we. That's what that is. Okay. So moving on. Let's see. And that should be good. Yes, that is correct. All right. All right. And by the way, to the sister, Maraka Pop, that everything that you pretty much said is correct. So yes, good job. Most High in Christ. All right, Most High in Christ. So we have a which is by itself, a th, and a ma. So let's get it. And also too, the anak nawa, the we, it can be masculine and feminine as well. Just to put that out there, because the we can be anybody, and in any instance. Okay, yep. So the red took its last breath. It's dead. May it not rise again. Let's use black. All right. The red has been giving me problems. That's why I don't use it. And so like it'd be the most expensive one, like Expo, like you see this one right here. Expo, they like to charge you a lot of money for this versus, the cheaper ones, which works a lot better. All right, so yeah, it could be masculine or feminine. And don't mind my commentary, by the way. It's like it's just, just me being me with that one. All right, okay. All right, so it can be masculine or feminine. So we have the and the ma. When we put it together, I'll show you what it is and what it means. Right? The and the ma is connected. The is by itself. So what you're left with is THAM. Because since it's towards the end of the word, the A drops off from the ma. So you have a thumb. A thumb and a tha is going to be in your vocabulary when it comes to the greeting or the salute. All right. Now, of course, when you see that AM like that, that should let you know it's similar to the YAM, which is young. Okay. Let me see. Yep. So a thumb. That's correct, sis. Okay. And the next one, yes, is a thumb. That is correct. All right. Now, there's another thing. A thumb. This is going to be masculine. This is going to be feminine. A thumb means, so like you all, right? Based on how you talk, where you from, you all or y'all. Same thing. It's just separated. You all is y'all. Y'all is you all. Same thing. You know what I mean? Brothers from down south, brothers from the Midwest, they speak differently. Okay? And this is going to be, masculine and plural. The PL stands for plural, just in case you want to know what that is. Masculine, plural. Let's go to the next one. Everything's the same. You got the and the but at the end you have a na. So it's going to be a thon. All right. And once again, it's the same thing. All right. And feminine and plural. Now, for example, can y'all still see it? No, you guys cannot see it. All right. So at the top with the word atha, right? So when we say shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabarak atha, you're speaking to one person. You're speaking to one person. It's singular, right? But if you're speaking, if you're speaking to more than one person, that's where the a thumb or a thon comes in, depending on who you're speaking to. So, for example, if I'm speaking to multiple men, Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shabarak a thumb, instead of Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shabarak a thah. That's the first thing that you heard me say when I opened up the class today, which is the atham and atham. Shalom Yahweh Shamar al atham by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Instead of Shalom Yahweh Shamar al athah by Shem Yahweh Shai. So you saw me demonstrate the athah, the atham, the athah, the atham, and the atham. Okay. That's what that means. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, moving on to the last two for the pronouns, and then we are going to move forward with some notes. Let's see. Okay. All right, so this is her and a mud, her and a nut. This is what it's going to say. And be spelled out as. But don't think of the scriptures for this word. All right. As you see, it says hum or han, not ham or han. It's hum and han. All right. That's what it is. Now, when I first learned this, I kept saying ham, but I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't think that's it. And so I got some clarification, and it was a whole laughing session. And yeah, it's hum and hun, okay? Not ham, all right? Hum, okay? Now, ham is something a little different, all right? Right, so, yes, as far as the pronouns, um, it's hum, not ham, okay? And what that means is, it means they. And with the pronouns and all the other stuff that I want to show you, the prefix, suffix, all that good stuff, we are going to use it in a sentence, most likely in the future. So it both means they, right? Why does it both mean they? It's because one is masculine and plural, the other one is feminine and plural. Boom. Okay? That should be easy enough to understand. I'll give you guys time to write that down real fast. And then we are going to erase the board and move on to something else. Once again, let me know if you got any questions or concerns. Yeah, I'll give you a few minutes. Another thing I did want to say too, if there's a word that you want to know what it means in Hebrew, you can type it in the chat, and then what I'll do is towards the last maybe 10 to 5 minutes of the class, I'll dedicate it to the people who ask the questions about what they want this word and that word to I mean what they want to know the meaning of that word. What we can do is just go through it. Okay, if you have one or two or three words, that's fine, and I will show you what it means in the Hebrew, how to say it, how to break it down, how to write it out, all that good stuff. So, for example, tonight, before it hits 9 p.m., right? You can put in the chat what you want, which words you would like to be broken down, and how to say it in the Hebrew, and what does it, yeah, how to say it in the Hebrew, pretty much. how to say it in the Hebrew and how to write it out. I can do that for you. But I will start doing that by next week, only if anybody has any words. Okay? Why you say all snaps is? Oh, okay. I'm assuming that's a good thing. Hopefully. Lord allow. Let me see. So YAH YAM. Okay, I think you probably had a typo. So, but I still understand what you say. Yeah. So Adawan Yum is actually Adawan, like sirs. So multiple sirs, multiple lords and rulers. So yes, that is correct. Adawan Yum is that is very correct. Yes. hmm And it's funny because brothers say that all the time. You have brothers who actually say that all the time. They say Salaki Adawanyum because if there's multiple sirs in the presence, what they do is they will say Salaki to all the men that's over them. All right. So yeah. And I appreciate that, sister. The water. Now glory to the Most High. So like I'm gonna let y'all know right now with Lashawan Qadash, you seen a little piece of me. You feel me? And plus also too, if I may just sidebar based on what the sister said, the water once again, I appreciate that. Um, when coming into the school, I like to ask questions. I like to get details about things. And when I get details, I give those details to everyone else. So that way no one is confused by anything. Otherwise there's no black and white. Like you strictly know everything. All right. And of course, if there is room for questions or or you're concerned about something, then that's when you ask. You know what I mean? Because a person can explain something one way, you may not understand it, but someone can explain it differently in a way that you do understand. So that's something that is common, common thing that people should know or will know eventually. So yeah, so kind of says, I like to make sure I give people the full detail of things, depending on what it is. All right. Because also too, this is not something that you're going to learn overnight. So we have to take our time. Rushing and being fast and stuff like that, no, no. But once we get to a level where we know the basics, that's when we start to get to the hard stuff. And yes, there is hard stuff. The complexity of learning the Lashawan Qadash. That's when you start to get to knowing how to come up with a name, knowing when it should be masculine or feminine, knowing the spirit of that name ain't right, that word doesn't sound right, and when you hear it, you know it's not right. Like all those things come into a play. And trust me, at first I'm still a baby when it comes to Lashawan Qadash, but there's so much to it that you can continue to teach it for generations to generations. There's so much to learn, and this is where it starts at, right here. Okay. God, water. No sweat. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, I love y'all as well. All right. I love y'all to death. All right, so let's go ahead and erase this. Okay. Let's get into something different. Boom, boom, boom. Let's erase pronouns. I want to say we're going into past tense. Let me double check. Nope. Actually, no. That's actually present tense. That's what we're going to. Present tense. All right, present tense. All right, let's get into it. Let's see how intense it's going to be, because there's a lot to it. Somewhat. All right. All right. One second. Somebody give me a second here. All right. Oh, so I just saw that comment that you made. Ox Maccabi getting cold with it. Kind of the water, says I appreciate that. So once again, all glory to the Most High, and also too, look, I got men that I can go to help me out with certain things as far as the Hebrew. At this point, look, I'm like my goal is to become like General Q. General Q, man, he's such a beast. Like when he was like when I first came into the school, just tell y'all a story real quick. When I first came into the school, uh, 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 see, yeah, so when I first came to the school, General Quabal Lamont, otherwise General Q, he was a captain at the time, and he was teaching the Lashawan Qadash, and at this time we didn't have Facebook Live, we didn't have the technology that we have today, but so we would call in, and I would go over the Hebrew and stuff like that and learned it. Like I was good for a good solid months, you know what I mean? But then afterwards, I started to get more into the breakdowns and stuff. So I kind of did not really get into the last one for Dodge. But the best order that I ever received is teach last one for Dodge. You can handle it, you got it. So I did it. And now I'm here, and I learned a lot more than what I've learned before, because right now I'm more serious. Back then, I'm just trying to understand what's going on in the UK. So I came in as a child. You feel me? 16 years old. All right. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out what this is, what this is about, whether this is going to be my life or not. Okay. Lashawan Qadash is it's amazing to learn a different language, especially your own language at that. So I'm going to perfect this more than I perfect, English, which I'm speaking. The Lord allow, I mean, like there will be a day in the kingdom, where we will learn how to speak our own language. All right, like fluently. So forget every other language that you ever learned. But once the kingdom come, man, it's going to be a whole lot of, shalom, you have a relationship with God, tawab, tawab babakwar, which means good morning, tawab layal, which means good night, um, you know, uh, just all types of things, man. It's some of the things I could say. Thawada, which is, thank you. Ayan Nabar, which is you're welcome. Baba Kasha, which is please. What's another one? I would say some random ones. Rai, R-I is evil in Hebrew. I don't know, just random. You feel me? But you get the point. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get to the Hebrew first, and then the English and the definition of what it is. Okay. And by the way, do not sleep on the other men who teach Lashwan Qadash across the world. They are amazing, very gifted, very you know talented when it comes to this. Let's see some. All right. And everything that I write on the board, we are definitely going to try to get to before the class ends. I want to at least get through the pronouns, of course, which we already did, and the present tense before the class ends. Now, if it hits 9 o'clock, if we're not done by then, we are just going to keep going until it's done. As far as the present tense, and we can touch on everything else next week. All right. All right. Getting close to being done. Bear with me so I get out y'all way. All right. These words are kind of long, but you will see why. All right, damn it. Oh, that was right. Okay. Good night, Samal. That's I forgot how long these words are. Good night. All right. Okay, 1 second. Slide you. All right, now we're finally almost done. It's like this a lot of words. Good night. Give me a second here. Okay. We got two more, then we two out. All right, most high Christ. Good night. We got so much to uncover. All right, so present tense. All right, okay. All right, most high Christ. Okay. Yeah, and all right, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right. So since everyone pretty much, or since I was, you guys were sitting there waiting as I was writing, we could just pretty much go through it real quick. Okay. All right. So we have huh, wa, and huh. Oops. And looks like an F, backwards F. All right. So huh, wa, huh. Okay. The huh is by itself. The wa and the huh is connected. So this is going to be HAWAH. Hoa. Now, last week I spoke about there's going to be words that look the same and sound similar. Hoa, Haya, Hawa'a, Haya'a. Okay? It's going to be words like that. So you want to watch out for that. All right? All right, so Hoa is simple as far as pre- uh, present tense, okay, which is to be, right? That's the first thing, to be. When it comes to present tense. And really, what that is simply a fundamental verb used to indicate the existence of a entity, for example, a person, object, or abstraction. And also too, it can relate to an entity, to its qualities or characteristics. All right, so that's what to be or Hawa means, and you're going to see this word a lot, by the way. Okay, you're going to see that word a lot in Hebrew when we go over certain things. All right, so next, there we go. Yeah, that looks better. All right, you got the the na. And by the way, the sister Marakapath, you are right. Everything looks pretty accurate. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty accurate. All right. Let me see. Yeah, everything looks pretty accurate. All right. So we have the and the na connected together, which is going to be un, right? An, the and the na, but something cancels out for both. The H for the and the A for the na. You have the ya, which is ya by itself. So anya, and then you have the sh and the wa by itself. SHA. Um, yep, that SHA. All right, SHA, and then you have the wa, which is WA. And then you have the ma and the ra, which is mar, because towards the end of the word, the A drops off. Okay, so M-A-R. You have mar. Anya Shawamar. Now, on Facebook, if you see that name, that's going to be General Shawamar. Now, of course, he put Anya, on purpose. All right, but otherwise, the general's name is Shawamar. The root word is going to be Shamar. Okay, Shamar. Shamar, which means watch. Now, if you put the anya, now of course the reason why the what is there, it's kind of like a statement. It's telling you, okay, the what, okay, what as far as prefix and suffix, the what is it's kind of like it's kind of like anya or like and. So Anya's eye, shawamar is an action word, right? It's action, which means watch. Watch is an action. But based on when you put the what or something else in it, it changes the formality of the word. Because some words you can make into a verb or into a noun and things of that sort. So this word, shawamar, so anya shawamar, what that simply means is I am watching. That's what that means, okay? So I am watching, which means I see everything. I am watching. That's what Anya Shawamar means, okay? Otherwise, the root word is sh and then mar, without the wa. Shamar, which simply means in Hebrew, watch. All right, so the by itself is AH, and you have the and the which is TH, AH, right? Now, as you see, we did the pronouns, but we are transitioning into the present tense, okay? Which is you, right? And then you have the sh by itself. You have the wa by itself. Then you have the ma and the ra, which is mar. You have shawamar, which is you are watching. Now, also too, don't let me forget masculine and feminine, based on um, the context of the sentence, etc., etc. Atha shawamar, Atha shawamar, and this is Yeah, you are watching. Okay, or you watching. So, all right, you. I'm just gonna put this in parentheses so it makes more sense. Watching. All right, and this also too can be masculine, and that's pretty much it. Just masculine for the the. All right. Now you got the which is ah. We have the and the again connected, so that's th, ah. The a for the drops off, and then we have the sh and the w. So sha, wa, and then the m. First, like, let me see. Hold on. 1 second. Oh. Okay, kind of. So you have the m by itself, right? And then you have the r and the h connected, so ra, h. Now this is where things change a little bit, okay? Atha shawamara. What does that mean? It's pretty simple. It means the same thing. You are watching. This time it's feminine. There's so many ways to explain the masculine and feminine sense in the language, which we are going to get through all of it. Trust me. Don't sweat it. We will get through all of it. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Mm, there's something I'm looking for. 1 second. Yep. No sweat. All right. I got it. All right. Let's move on real quick. All right. So this is feminine. You are watching. So the you, in a sense, is going to be a woman. The you, in this sense, is going to be a man, or a male, or female. No transgenders up here. No T for transgender. No, none of that stuff. All right. It's male or female. Okay. I pray you understand. Anyway, you got the the wa, the sh, the wa, again, the ma, and the ra. So, ha, is by itself. The wa is by itself. The sh is by itself. Oh, wait, sorry, the by itself. The ah, and then the sha is by itself. The wa is by itself again, and then the ma and the ra is connected, so that's going to be mar. All right. All right. So hawa'a shawama. What does that mean? Let's find out. Once again, we know that hawa'a means he. So shawamar is more of an action, right? Shawamar is watching. Shamar is watch, right? So hawa'a shawamar, he is watching. right, he is watching. Boom. That's what that is. Of course, it's masculine. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't even have to put that there because you know he is a man, right? So the next one, her by itself, ya, a, sha, wa, ma, and then the r and the h is connected. So let's break it down. H-A-Y-A, the then you have the sh, you have the wa, and you have the ma, and the r with the h, which gives you R-A-H. Haya shawamara. Okay? Now, what does that mean? Once again, she is watching. She is watching. She is watching. He is watching. All right, this one's going to be a little long. You have the sorry, the you have the na and the k. So that's going to give you knock. By the way, there's a brother in the school, a heavy, solid brother. His name is Knock, Officer Knock. You know, knock yourself out is his catchphrase. From Philly. My brother, my nigga. All right? My brother from another. So, a knock, wa, W-A, sh, wa again, mar, ma and ra, and then the young, which is the ya and the ma. So, a knock, wa, so hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. Wait a minute. I've got the nawa. I mean, the na part. I know I missed some. All right, that's a long word. All right. Show and then mar. Yeah. It's like that's a long ass word. Anaknawa Shawamari. Shawamari. Anaknawa Shamari. It's like, damn. Anaknawa Shawamari. All right. It's a long ass word. Okay. And better yet, I'll just do this so it's not too confusing. Anaknawa, right? Sha or Sha. Sha. Shawa. Mar. Yeah. Boom. Separate it. Anaknawa Shawamari. Shawamari. All right. Yeah, con. Yep, not TV. You damn right. Yep, and con, sis. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. I got you. I got you. Anak Nawa Shawamaria. Okay? And of course, we just went over this as a pronoun. All right? And simply what this means is we are watching. Because Anak Nawa means we. We are watching, or we watching. are watching or we watching. Okay, I put the R in there just to make it sound more formal. All right. So next, what we have is we have the H, the the, and the ma, which is THAM, right? And then we have the sh, we have the wa, WA. Then we have the ma and the ra, which is the mar, and the yum at the end. Atham shawamari. What does that mean? It's going to mean you are watching. So you watching, but it is masculine. And also, too, it is plural. Boom. M plus the PL, masculine and plural. So since we got the male version, the female version is going to be next. So everything's going to be the same except for the th and the na. So a thumb, instead of a thumb. All right. So AH, because it's by itself, the right? And then we have the and then we have the na. So the N is, it's going to be an N, the A is going to be cut off with the na. We have the sh, SHA, then we have the wa, right? Now we have the mar, which is M, or sorry, the ma, and the ra, which is mar, and then you have the yum, which is the, let me see, the ya and the ma. All right. Athan shawamari. So it's the same thing, pretty much. You watching, but just feminine, plus plural. Boom. Moving on. Let me see. This is where I go down on the camera. All right. Little light, I can still see that. Okay. All right, I should be able to see that. There we go. All right, two left, and then we out of here. All right. We have the huh, right? We have the huh. We have the ma, the sha, the wa, the ma, the ra, ya, and ma. So HA is connected, of course, so it's going to be HAM. You got the sh, the wa, you got the ma connected to the ra, it's going to be mar, and then you're going to have the ya and the ma connected together. Okay. All right. All right. So that's hum shawamarian. That means they watching. All right. They watching. And this is masculine. Okay. And this one is the same. It's just different for a woman. It's different because it's for the woman. So ha connected to the na is hun. You got the sha, sha, the wa, wa. You have the ma and the ra, which is going to be mar, mar, because the a drops off towards the end of the word in most cases. Or the end of the letter, I should say, of the word, same thing. Then you have the, let me see here. Yeah, and then you have this right here, which is going to be different. And I'm going to explain this next week, okay? So you have the wa, and then you have the which is feminine, all right? So if you know, for example, Slocky, of course what it means is they are watching, they're watching, and this is going to be feminine, okay? So let me talk real quick and let y'all know. So the reason why it says wa is because that's feminine, okay? It always will be, all right? That's for the women, the sisters. Like, for example, akwa, that lets you know, that separates to let you know that it's not speaking about brothers, speaking about sisters. Now, ak is brother, but akwa, that's not a brother, that's a sister. That's what separates it. Okay, simple as that. All right. All right, so let's get back to the camera. All right, so we pretty much got through everything based on the pronouns and the present tense. If you miss anything, once the class is over with, go ahead and look back at it, skip through it, or watch the whole thing if you please, to do so. And so, yeah, we learned a lot, and we have a lot more to learn. We still have some foundational things to go over as far as the basics for Lashawan Qadash. All right. Look at this as a one-on-one class. All right. So that being said, make sure you pay your tithes. Get ready for ISBK 53rd annual Passover, which is going to be nothing but glorious. Lord allow, I see every brother and sister that I see online. I see them in person. Get a picture, get some good food, have a drink, etc. All right. Also, too, tomorrow there will not be a Sabbath service. We have some things to take care of. All right, in Minnesota business, things of that sort, events. So there will not be a Sabbath service for tomorrow. All right, so do not expect one, but definitely expect one for next week. Okay. Otherwise, continue to read, Ezekiel, the 16th chapter, because we're almost done with it. By the next 2 weeks, we should be on chapter 17. All right. Otherwise, with that being said, I want to say, throughout to everybody that chimed in, that was interactive, that, once again, if you've got any questions or concerns during class or even after class, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And ask your questions there, and we'll get to it. Otherwise, I want to say once again, Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham to all the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar. Alatham Hashem Yahushua to all the sisters. That being said, Shalom. All right. All right. No sweat, sis. No sweat. We'll talk about it. All right. Otherwise, Lord be with everybody.
'53rd annual Lord's Passover. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We here to let you know the 53rd annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, the palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022. It's going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000.